I am sure you have seen the video of me traveling to Abuja. Now let's get into the main reason why I was in Abuja. Let me take you through the 3 to 4 days conference that we had, what I did and the activities that were done, and also not forgetting my presentation, which is the reason why I made it to Abuja. Day 1 of the All Africa Conference for Animal Agriculture. This is the feed for the day. Comfort over everything else. Yep. Yes. A friend of mine advised that I don't talk over the phone in the taxis, and I don't bring out my phone every now and again. So I couldn't film myself on my way to the venue, but as soon as I arrived at the venue, it was really well packed and amazing. And one thing that stood out for me was during all the presentations, you could see the inclusivity of the program. They included people who could not hear, so every talk that was done there was done in sign language. And I just want to say kudos to the organizers, because sometimes we leave out other people who are in science, who are living with disabilities. And here at the conference, I could see that those people were not left out, and that thing really stayed with me. And this particular presentation I'm showing you is a presentation about AGENES, a genetic evaluation platform for African countries. And what I really liked about it was Zimbabwe being included and Zimbabwe actively participating. Some of the results that he showed us were particularly from Zimbabwe, from the Zimbabwean Handbook and the Livestock Identification Trust Company. So it was really amazing. I liked that, and also the take-home messages that he gave. But there were so many interesting talks. Some of them I couldn't film because I had to really sit down and really understand livestock in the perspective of an African sector. But overall, it was a good experience for the first day.
What was your attraction? Phenotype. It wasn't the gene.
So before I go out, I forgot to show you the merchandise that we got. It was really nice. So we got this really nice cup. This one, I like it, and it's good quality. It's good quality. And we also got some pens, Uri branded pens, and also like the Africa Animal Science Association. I don't know the ASAP. I will check what it means. And then we got good diaries. I love good diaries. Good word diaries. And this is the book of abstracts. So they already printed everything. And I think mine is somewhere in there. But the book is really nice. This was really also good. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because of the cages. And then we got a nice folder. And one last thing we got that I really like is this branded bag. So I'm definitely leaving my handbag today and moving with this. I like it. I like the color. It's so beautiful. So bye guys, I'm late. We'll see each other at the conference. Outfit of the day. Yes, today I'm presenting, so we are going all cute, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, comfort over heels. Comfort.
Languages, so we share all of the experience. Thank you so much.
That this presentation is going to be building up from the previous work that we did when we analyzed Zebu cattle, and we saw that when we use the genomic resources like SNP arrays, we see that there is a certain SNP ascertainment bias that is there, meaning that not all the variation is captured from the Zebu cattle. So I'll move on to the introduction. We all know that Zebu cattle are an integral part of our economies. They provide us with milk, with income. They provide us with draft power in areas where mechanization has not been fully adopted. And we all know that they are also adapted to heat stress, disease challenges, and also limited feed resources. So with these resources being an integral part of our communities, we also know that they are not so much genomic resources that are there specifically designed for these Zebu cattle. Hence, it is important to develop Zebu-specific genomic resources. So in this case, this work is going to be highlighting the need to develop high-confidence SNP resources, which when built over time, we can be able to build genomic resources specifically for African Zebu cattle. So the objectives were to develop a genomic-wide biallelic SNP and also look at population differentiation and also identify functional variants associated with adaptation. So I will not bore you much with the materials and methods, but we selected reference genome, which is what we normally do. We align them to an InDesign or a Zebu reference genome. So when we looked at the results, we found around 38.3 million variants, of which 87% of them were SNPs. And then when we looked at the variation between SNP counts between breeds, there was not so much variation, but we could see that from the Southern African part, which is where the first two breeds are from, they had a little bit less of the variants. And then we took those variants and went into the public database to see how much of the variants do we have in our reference. How much of the variants do we have in our reference, in our genome taurine resources? Because they are an integral part of our communities. They are providing us with milk, with meat, and they deserve so much attention, just like we give to the taurine resources that we have. So with that, I would like to thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Outfit of the day. This is day 3 of the conference. So this is what I'm wearing today. I'm looking all cutesy. There's going to be a gala dinner, and I didn't bring any African dresses, but this should suffice. It's hot, yes, but let's go to the conference. Let's go to the conference. I'm late though. Let's have some breakfast. Both young. On day 3, I was focusing so much to help a colleague of mine who works in South Africa at the Agricultural Research Council. She could not make it to the conference, but I needed her to present as this would actually add on to a PhD work. So I went above and beyond to make sure that she presents as she was online, and I was really glad that that really happened. And as soon as I finished doing that and she presented, one of the people walked up to me and she's like, wow, she has a good friend, because if it was somebody else, she wouldn't have presented, because the electricity was going on and off, and then also joining online. There were times when the people online could not hear us in the room, but eventually it all worked out, and I was really happy that she got to present her work, because I understand that as a PhD student, you have to present your work in conference setups, and it actually adds up to the mark that you get into the end. So I did that knowing that if it was somebody else, or if it was me who was in the same shoes, I would really need someone to really stand up for me and allow me to be able to present my work. So basically on that day, that was what I was focusing on until she presented. And we had a great time for day 3, and we were also going for the gala, which you will see next.
Approximately 48.8% of variation in live body weight within the
During the gala dinner, I sat with these amazing ladies. I think you are seeing Ope and me. We met in Kenya for a training earlier this year. And yeah, I convinced her to come for this conference because I was like, your country is hosting. You can't just keep it out. So we were just catching up, waiting for the dinner. And then I was also trying out some foods. And yeah, I tried the eggplant with some nuts, and yeah, on its own it wasn't nice, but if you add the nuts then it becomes much more better. Still on that, I want to take this opportunity to really appreciate the conference organizers. We ate. The breakfast was so packed with snacks, and then the lunch was really heavy. I think I gained quite a lot of kgs during this week. For someone who has been attending other conferences where the food is mainly snacks and all of that, Africa will always be the best when it comes to cuisine and the food that we ate at the conference. It was so nice, so rich, and I enjoyed that as well. And the people there were very welcoming. Everyone is so respectful. Everyone really compliments someone. I was just looking around and I'm like, when you do a presentation, everyone is just calling you to say, well done. It felt so homely. And I met so many people that I have met before in Kenya. So the whole experience was actually amazing. So basically we had fun, we ate, and I retired to my hotel room and waiting for the next day activities, which you're going to see in the next vlog because we toured Abuja, and I felt like if I join this too, it becomes extremely long. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye guys.